Okay, this is the third time I'm going to try to record this without going on too many tangents or rambling, but I'm just going to start off by saying I hate drama. And because drama tends to be between two good people that have some sort of misunderstanding, and then they hate one another, and then they start doing awful things because, of course, awful things are justified against someone else that's awful, and it's just a whole mess. Specifically, I'm talking about this whole Libertarian Party not inviting Ron Paul thing, which I want to spread some information here and say that Ron Paul is welcome at the Libertarian Party, according to Nicholas Sarwark, who is head of the party. He is allowed to speak. It's fine. There's also a link in the description to an article from the Jack News, which, I mean, they're definitely biased libertarian. They're biased towards Gary Johnson and Bill Weld. And as much as I might disagree with them on certain things, they're not bad people, which that sentence right there is kind of the whole theme of this video. But now that we know that Ron Paul is welcome, I think we can all calm down. Because there's been some misunderstanding here. I don't know who's to blame. I have no idea. We shouldn't start pointing fingers. Why don't we just calm down? Is what I'm trying to say here. That it's all sorted out. Everything has been sorted out. I don't know if the LP originally said no and then realized it was a mistake and turned around and said yes. But whatever. It's all solved. Which brings me to the second part of this video, which for some reason, this whole debacle reminds me of guilt by association and how stupid infighting is. So this isn't limited to the Libertarian Party or libertarians in general, but I'm more aware of libertarian infighting than I am of other parties, so I'm going to focus more on that. But it's this whole guilt by association thing that I hate. Like, everyone's trying to poison the well, call someone alt-right or racist, or accuse someone of having terrible ideas, and therefore, but what I'm so mad about is all this infighting, which is so stupid. Like, I'm really, really liking this new group that's kind of forming on the right wing, and the center and the left wing as well, of just people that we disagree on maybe 30, 40, even 50% of things, but we all agree that liberty and freedom and individualism are good things. We all agree on that. And even if we don't agree on that, I should say, actually, even if we don't agree, we can always come talk about it and discuss it. Like, you have kind of social liberals like Sargon, and you have more left-wing centers like Dave Rubin. You have right-wing people like Steven Crowder, Molyneux, these types. They're all talking together, and that's great. Like, I would love to be in with this crowd than any, like, ANCAP crowd, even though I consider myself more of an ANCAP than anything else. I would love to be part of the crowd that talks to each other and doesn't fight and all that. It's just this stupid drama. It's just so petty. I hate it. And the thing is, it's made me really take a step back from libertarians. And I consider myself, again, like I said, an ANCAP, a libertarian. It's made me take a step back because people are fighting over these little ideas, and they think that if you disagree with someone on one little thing, that makes you an awful person. Like, let's take Liberty Hangout, for example. Let's take the people writing at the Lone Conservative. We'll take like people like Stefan Molyneux on the right wing that used to be libertarians, like Adam Kokesh types, Ron Paul, of course, so many libertarians like Tom Woods, the people at the Mises Institute. I like them all. I think they're all good people. The Cato Institute, they're probably my least favorite libertarian organization of the top big ones, and I don't think they're bad people. It's not that I dislike them, I just have a difference of opinion. And I think that's something we all need to realize here, that we can have a difference of opinion and go our own separate ways. And when we're an organization like the Libertarian Party, if we can all agree on certain policies and say, I disagree with the Libertarian Party policy on like open borders kind of thing. And I think they misunderstand that. I understand their logic behind it, and that's a great thing. Like, I understand their logic, and I would love to talk to someone about it, why they're wrong. But in the end, like, just because I disagree with them, I don't think they're bad people. And when I think of all this drama, like Jeff Deist's Blood and Soil speech, which was supposedly alt-right or whatever people were calling it, that's incredibly stupid. People were saying the Mises Institute is far-right, or like Liberty Hangout is alt-right or whatever. Like, personally, if someone says, like, oh, this person's alt-right, or someone throws out the alt-right accusation, I stop talking to them. Like, I kind of back off. I'm like, I don't care. Like, the alt-right term, it's useful in referring to, like, groups in general, the group of the alt-right, which everyone's definition of alt-right seems to be a bit different, or where its limits are. But when it comes to accusing people of like, there's actually, that's a better example, accusing someone of racism, pulling out that term. I don't care. Like, it seems the only people I genuinely dislike are the ones that throw out the racism accusation. The, how dare you talk to that person? How dare you have a nice, happy conversation with this person? Like, Tom Woods had Christopher Cantwell on in 2014. And then after Charlottesville, people were slandering him and attacking him, pulling out quotes from 2014, accusing him of somehow being alt-right or having fascist sympathies or whatever. It's stupid. Like, I hate that. Like, I know I'm kind of, like, giving mixed messages while, on the one hand, talking about we should all be nice and talk together, and then saying, these people are stupid. But when it comes to just tossing out names, like, I don't care. Like, I gotta say, I don't care, and I don't think anyone else should. I used to care about labels and terms and all that. And I'm talking about, like, a libertarian. If someone says I'm not a libertarian, I don't care. Like, okay, I'm not. Like, okay, whatever. If someone says I'm alt-right, it's like, well, I don't think I am. But, okay, screw yourself. I don't care what you call me. You're not, that's, when we start just using labels and name-calling, we stop talking about ideas. And that's how all this infighting happens. That if we start throwing out names, like if you call Liberty Hangout alt-right, you're telling people, oh, don't associate with them, they're alt-right. But you know what? I don't care. Like, I don't think the Liberty Hangout people are bad people. I might disagree with them on quite a few things. I don't think they're bad people. And there might be some scandals they have that I don't know about, but as far as I know, like, they're okay. Like people call them Republican Hangout. Is that supposed to mean anything? Like, is it? I mean, it's not an argument. That's not... You're not saying their ideas are bad. You're just throwing a term at them and saying, oh, these people are bad because I called them this name. It's like, oh my God, shut up. Like, I don't want people in the conversation that are just saying, oh, this person's this ideology, therefore don't talk to them. Like, guilt by association is just incredibly stupid. Like, if I were to have a podcast with, let's say, Richard Spencer, who I will say I don't like. He's one of those people I genuinely dislike, and I don't think he's that good of a person. Would I have him on my channel to talk? Sure. I would be respectful, I would say. Like, I would at least show him the basic respect of, okay, we're here to debate ideas. I don't think I'd pull any punches, but I'd at least be a little nice. And I know, and if I were to do that, then people would come at me and say, "Oh my God, how could you be so nice? Why didn't you just start name calling and just saying mean things to him?" And it's like, I don't like Richard Spencer. Like, that's what I would say. I don't like him, but like, I can be civil and have a conversation. I mean, I pick him just because he's the first person that comes to mind that I genuinely dislike. But all this guilt by association, all this, you had this guy on your show, and oh my God, you're not allowed to speak here, or you're far right. It's like, why don't we start talking? Like, if I were to leave the libertarians, for example, and stop calling myself a libertarian and pull a Molyneux to say, like, where Molyneux just kind of has definitely moved on the political spectrum, well, it seems that many libertarians would say, well, this guy, he sold out for money and fame. He's a shill. He betrayed his ideology. And to that I say, like, why is it so hard to believe that, okay, this guy got new information and he changed his mind? Like, I'm not saying that's what happened, but which I mean, personally, I do think that's what happened. But, but these people that say, wow, you're a terrible person because you changed your mind. Like, I hate all this. Despite this being the third time recording, I still haven't gone on any less of a tangent, so I'll wrap it up here. But my main message, to sum up, is just, like, be nice to people, okay? Like, start debating ideas. Like, take someone that you disagree with on so many. Like, if you hate Liberty Hangout, strike up a conversation with them and be nice. Like, be nice. Because I think we've all read at least one Facebook argument, and the first person to start throwing out insults is pretty much the loser. Like, even people I think are right on things, as soon as they start throwing out insults, I'm like, okay, I'm done with you. Like, just be nice. We can have civil conversations. And just because someone was like, stop labeling people as alt-right or Republican or statist, or like, it just bugs me. It just seems so childish and just petty. Like, how petty do you have to be to pick fights and attack people like this? And now people are attacking Ron Paul because he said he wanted his gold coins back that he used to buy a life membership to the Libertarian Party. They're like, oh my God, well, and if you watch the video, he said, he was presented with the information that the LP said no to him. So based on that information, which turned out to be not true, but based on that information at the time, it seems reasonable to me to say that. Like, it seems reasonable to me. He was presented with this information. He doesn't have time to look it up to see if it was true. But yeah. Anyway, wrapping up, just give people the benefit of the doubt, and if they still screw you like 2 or 3 times, then okay. I say step back and say screw you too. I'm done. But just try to get along. Try to get along with people. Just because they disagree with you doesn't make them bad people. There might be some misunderstanding. Like, if someone hates the LP, like, there might be some misunderstanding like this. Like, I'm sure there are people that shared this story around that apparently turned out not to be true, but I imagine that most of the people that shared this story thought it was true. They weren't trying to be divisive or spread lies or whatever. They thought it was true. But, yeah, okay, hey, wrapping up now. Just, like the video if you enjoy. Post a comment. Let me know what you think. I really want to know what people think about all this. If they were able to get any points out of this video, as rambly as I was. But, yeah, subscribe. I would appreciate it. And thanks for watching.